I often find it easier to tell family and friends what not to say rather than what to say, because there's really no simple answer.
Don't offer me any more food once I've finished. That will just cause a binge and make me feel out of control.
I realise that what you're seeing often, that's just the surface problem, that's a symptom that's shown to you.
I think you should talk about your worries in a calm, loving and non-confrontational way.
Try not to get mad at me. I know what I'm doing is wrong, and trust me, I'm already mad enough at myself.
Don't comment on what they're eating or how they're eating it.
Focus on how they feel and how you feel.
Don't tell me how sick I look. Don't tell me how good I look being thin. Don't tell me how bad I look or how bad I'm gonna get. And please don't tell me how healthy I look.
Try not to comment on how they look.
Don't tell me I'm better just because I look healthier.
Even if it's meant to be helpful, it's probably going to be the distorted part of the brain that is picking up on what you're saying and not necessarily them.
You're beautiful, you're pretty, you're not fat. They won't believe you. It's just empty.
I know it comes from a good place, but it usually translates to fat in my mind.
Remember that it's not your fault.
Don't blame yourself for the eating disorder. Most likely it's not about you.
Please don't blame yourselves. It's not your fault.
It's important to remember that things that they do are not necessarily their fault.
It is nobody's fault. The person didn't choose to develop an eating disorder.
And you've got to remember that your loved one is still there somewhere underneath the eating disorder.
Don't remind me that the physical side effects I'm feeling are deserved, and I could simply solve them by eating. I know this, and I can't.
They probably just need you to show that they care.
Stop saying you know how hard it is. No one knows how you feel.
Your loved one might lie to you or might seem like they don't want recovery, and they might not at first. But don't give up on them, they need your support.
Share how you're feeling with me, how what I'm doing is affecting you. Don't try to guilt me into eating.
Remember that you cannot force them to change through guilt or through threats. The choice to try for recovery has to come from themselves.
Like if someone tries to make me eat, then I find more devious ways of hiding it.
Just getting involved in fights over the table, over food, isn't going to help anyone. It's not going to help you, it's not going to help the person with the eating disorder. The only person it's going to help is the eating disorder.
Offer me support.
Express your concerns about them, but try to respect their privacy. If they feel like you're going against them, then they'll fight against you. If they feel like you don't trust them, they'll prove that they shouldn't be trusted.
Don't constantly watch them. If you constantly watch what they eat, they're going to be more secretive.
Ask if I need help. Ask if I want to talk. Help me find treatment.
Don't focus on the external part of it, but focus on what's actually going on inside.
Don't just say you're not fat. Try to talk with them through what is making them so scared of being fat.
Don't body shame, full stop. I don't care whether they're underweight or whether they're overweight or whether they've got a perfect body in your eyes. Do not comment on people's bodies.
Support my recovery. Ask if there is anything you can do to make it easier. Sometimes I'll be afraid to ask.
Trying to trick or force them into eating or changing their behaviours won't work because it will make them feel out of control.
I know it may not look like I'm trying my best, but I am. And when I can do better, I will.
Just be happy. Just stop caring. Just eat. You just need to get nutrition in you, then you'll be fine. Honestly, because if it was that simple, the person wouldn't be struggling in the first place.
It is not that simple, it's a mental illness.
The best thing you can do is go away and learn about it. Develop an eating disorder. Since when do cats like orange juice? What are you doing? You don't like orange juice?
Bye, it's a snowman.